Ja, hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einem Spezialvideo. Und zwar ist es jetzt ein Interview mit DumaisTV. Er hat sich bereit erklärt, über seine ersten beiden Spiele zu reden. Ich weiß nicht, ob wir das dritte auch noch hinbekommen oder ob das zweite sich lohnt, wer es gesehen hat. Aber auf jeden Fall über das erste Spiel, was er halt perfekt mit PE wirklich gespielt hat und hat auch die meiste Ahnung von. Da hat er sich bereit erklärt, jetzt das zu streamen und uns ein paar Sachen zu sagen, was seine Überlegungen so ein bisschen waren. Er ist allerdings in Englisch, ne? Von daher mache ich jetzt hier die deutsche Ansage, damit ihr Bescheid wisst. Es geht halt nur in Englisch, das geht da nicht anders an der Stelle. Ja, und das machen wir jetzt hier. So now we are live together with DumaisTV.
Yes, hello everyone, that's me. Okay, so I have the game up. We'll just do the intro.
It's on the screen.
Yeah, you guys see it? Okay. All right, so this is Egleton. It's so for those who don't know, I'm like a top tier PE player in Company of Heroes 1. So you're probably assuming I don't get eliminated within the early rounds. You'll probably see a lot of PE games. This is Egleton, which is a pretty good map for PE because you can really go for the garrisons. And South is a stronger spawn because of the house here. You can actually garrison it and contest the cutoff. And the fact that there's only one door, it really makes it difficult for the North player to actually take this house and defend it, because if he exits the building with like 2 models, he can actually get wiped. Whereas this building, there's a door at the front and the back, so it's much safer.
Interesting you say this one, because I had a different opinion. When you see the middle point, you can, from the top side, you have a better cover on the wall.
Yeah, in this matchup, in this matchup though, it's not really the case because you start your main lines from the HQ. So as you can see right now, I already have 2 P-Grands and Denshi only has 2 engineers. He's going for a Jeep, but even if he went for a rifle, like he can't push this. So this is a very strong building.
Yeah, it might be a special case for PE then on this map.
Yeah, this is a very good PE map in my opinion. Very good.
But is this game 3?
This is game 1. This is game 1.
Because we already casted game 1. We need to.
Oh, you already casted it.
Yeah, but if you could maybe go fast forward on some highlights, some decisions making, it would be great.
The gist of the strat is, okay, so here I go tier 1. The reason why I go tier 1, you'll never see this, but the reason why I go tier 1 is because when I played against Denshi in the last tournament, like a year ago, he opened up with 4 engineers, and 4 engineers is very strong as long as you can secure the ammo and get flamethrowers. So the counter to that is actually scout cars. Here he goes double Jeep, and I don't know why he went double Jeep, but double Jeep actually is very weak against double scout car, and that's the build order. It's 2 scout cars, 3rd P-Gran will build the tier 3, and we'll get the AC out. So right now, my main concern is I want to hold on to the middle of the map, because if we look at the map here, there's a +16, a +10, and a +10 over here. So he's going to get a flamethrower out momentarily. And once the flamer is upgraded, we want to use the vehicles to push the infantry, onto the road so that the G43s can do damage.
So the tier 1 opening was like lucky because I was saying, okay, he's double Jeep, so this is perfect for you.
Yeah. But again, I expected him to go 4 engineers, but he didn't go 4 engineers. He went 2 Jeeps. I don't know why he went 2 Jeeps, but he did. Anyway, we're 5 minutes into the game. The AC is already in production. Okay, here was the big push, and here I had to retreat because I was out of position with the scout cars. So I just retreat. Like, there's no point. Now you'll notice the scout cars are upgraded, and when they're upgraded, you can lock down territory. So right now what I've done is I'm expecting him to push the cutoff, but he won't be able to do it because...
Is this the only bonus you get from upgrading? We were wondering if you get more HP or something.
Yeah. You get, it's an OP, so it's a mobile OP, so you get the extra resources. So this went from a +16 to a +26.
Yeah, but you don't get HP.
Yes, you get bonus HP, and the MG can suppress as well after a few bursts.
Even if you're not in lockdown, you get extra HP, or only in lockdown modus?
Only in lockdown. So if you're really quick on your micro, if a US player like throws a sticky bomb and you actually lock down before it detonates, you might not even get like an engine crit or anything because you get so much bonus HP. I think it takes like 2 AT guns to kill a scout car, or 3 AT guns when it's locked down, because it's a lot of HP. So here my point's locked down. So this basically means he can't cut me off, and he's gonna have to go all the way up here if he wants the fuel. But we're super ahead in fuel right now, and I get defensive ops because I have a low HP squad, so I want to heal. Here I'm worried about mines, so notice how I'm not taking the main road. Like, I don't want to go straight down the road. I'm assuming there's a mine somewhere. So I'm going to areas where it's very unlikely that there's a mine. I'm a little scared about this area over here because the Jeeps, I feel like they're baiting me, so I don't want to risk it.
And is there already some thinking in you what doctrine to pick at this moment?
Now, at this point, because I know I'm super ahead on tech, I'm going to go Luftwaffe here because Luft is very good with the strat because you have so many light vehicles at the start that you can instantly repair them. And I think at one point the AC takes a lot of damage and I want to repair it really quickly, so I go Luftwaffe.
Okay, then one question, because going Luftwaffe makes you really vulnerable to tank dog. So what's your answer to that?
The thing is here, because I've tested this map a few times, tank dock is not really going to be much of a problem. Now, keep in mind, he actually OP'd his fuel. But the thing is, I've had the fuel for the majority of the game, so there's no way that he's going to get like a Hellcat in field repairs. It's just not possible. So I'm not worried about that.
What's your counterplay with Luftwaffe if he goes infantry and makes early Howitzer?
Infantry, okay, the Howitzer is going to be good if you play defensive, and also if you go for an 88. I mean, I eventually do want to get an 88 up, but my main goal is to go Luft just for the extra repair speed. That's all I want. So now I got the tier 4 up. I remember I start floating a bit, and then I get the ATHT out. And then notice here, like, I'm super outnumbered. I always retreat. Like, there's no point of staying here. You'll just take casualties.
I mean, with our one sniper rule, Luftwaffe is also super strong with the Fallschirms as well.
Yeah, the sniper rule basically gives a buff to USA in the early game, but it kind of becomes a nerf in the mid game. All right, so here, this is pretty big. There's an AT gun, and I should have expected this. So I get lucky here. I don't get an engine damage. The AC will make it out. This is very lucky. And the other AC will stay behind the house because obviously he's got an AT gun out. Yeah, so the AT gun.
There's no much red on the ACs.
No. They haven't done a whole lot right now, but they're basically zoning out the US player. Now I've taken a shit ton of damage, and this is basically what makes me go Luftwaffe because I still have my Kedden. Yeah, so the Kedden doesn't have the camouflage pattern. That means I haven't chosen my dock yet, and I know I choose it here because of the repairs. Yeah, there you go, camouflage ability. Luftwaffe is going to come out. Now, before I get the Luftwaffe ground force squad, I want to get a mortar half track because I'm expecting him to go like double or triple AT guns, and he's going to start slowly pushing me back. So we got to prepare for that. I want to get the mortar half track out first so that he doesn't push me off the map entirely because this is a relatively open area. And now notice the scout cars that were locking down the cutoff, I've rotated them over to the +10. So we're actually getting 60 ammo per minute, which is insane. Like, this is really strong. So if you keep the scout cars alive, they become OPs and becomes really strong. And now for the rest of the game, I just spam abilities nonstop. Like here, I'm spamming focus fire. And he still has the 2 jeeps. So this is pretty big for him because he gives him a line of sight. And we have to be careful here because he can actually sneak up his AT guns and get the drop on us.
What would you say is counterplay now? I mean, a possible good counterplay.
For USA?
Right now, because he has pucks, I see, but I know from the replay that's not really working.
Hard. It's very hard, to be honest. Once the mortar half track comes out, I don't think there's a whole lot you can really do here. You just got to try to push and make some space. Yeah, this is where the matchup becomes kind of cancerous. Here he plants a mine. I actually see him plant this, and I still hit it.
The only counter would be a T4, but you don't have the fuel on this, at this point.
But he's doing a good job keeping the jeeps alive, so you know he's getting the scouting information that he needs. So this is. So notice here, I'm really trying to stay behind the shot blocker. I see there's an AT gun here. So here I snare him. It doesn't matter. Like, I know I'm not going to get the kill, but I'm just trying to zone him out here. I don't want him to push into the town. I just, I want to keep him contained here so that the mortar half track can start dropping shells on the M8.
And at this point, did you ever already feel that you would win this match?
Yeah, at this point I was super comfortable. I was like, dude, I have all the tier buildings. I start taking up for Panthers, and that's good. The Minesweeper goes down also. I was able to snipe that. Now the mortar half track's in position, and this is basic. I mean, honestly, at this point, there's very little room for a comeback because you need to push into the town to get the fuel. Despite this, though, he actually has the same fuel income. That's actually, like, the OP was really big brain on his part, but it's just painful to push into this right now. I feel like maybe he could play the right-hand side, but it's a difficult matchup now.
Yeah, right-hand side gives you more, like the AT gun is better there because there's no garrison or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the
So
way
here,
the badge looks
this is
right now is PE is OP on this map, but nobody is picking it.
PE is very strong on this map. This is a good PE map.
Yeah, but you're the
Here-
first player picking it here.
Yeah, he chose USA. He chose USA. I think Denshi is probably like third or second best anti-PE player when it comes to US. I think the best one is Zulu, and the second one would probably be Bulat or maybe Revo. But here I got lucky. This AT gun missed the first shell, and I overdrive out, and he misses. This was actually very big. And here I should have known better. Obviously, right? If he's scouting the right-hand side, the scout car is going to get nailed. So I didn't pick this up in time. By the time I realized it was too late. But as you can see, though, scout car has a lot of HP. Like I said, look at that. It takes 3 hits.
No.
So while that was happening, he didn't pay attention to one of the jeeps. One of the jeeps goes down, which is okay. He still has the other jeep though. I always try to, if I can, I'll always use the snare ability on the ATHT to take out the jeep because it gives him good recon information. And if my Kedin isn't counter scouting for me, he can slowly creep up 2 AT guns and then one tap a vehicle. And then that's where like the game starts to go slowly. So again, like I said earlier, I'm worried about mine. So the Kedin is slowly like scouting them. And I find this one here.
But would you prefer snaring the Jeep over snaring the M8? No.
It depends. It really depends. If I snare the Jeep, it's because I want to make sure I can kill it off, and I need to make sure that the ATHT can drive out of there and then recharge and then come back on the field. I mean, obviously, if there's a Jeep next to the M8, I won't snare the Jeep. But if I can quickly just snipe the Jeep and then get out, that to me is a win because I'll be the only one who's going to be scouting, right? Because you always make Kettenkrads as PE, whether it's like mid-game, late game. A Kettenkrad is always useful to have, also because it has special abilities. So you're not going to see a USA player remake a Jeep like 10 minutes or 16 minutes into the match. It's not happening. So a Kettenkrad is really good, and if you can neutralize the Jeep, it gives you the ability to now spot enemy units, so you don't have to worry about AT guns getting the drop on you. Here the AT gun nails these Kedin. Oh, it's a sticky bomb actually. Okay.
I mean, you don't rebuild Jeep, not
Yeah,
against
exactly.
E, but against Wehrmacht you do.
Yeah. So here, notice I don't snare the Jeep because again, there's an M8 here. So if I snare this, he'll just go all in, and I don't want to lose the middle right now because there's an AC that's about to die. AT gun's moving it. Oh, I went in cinematic mode. No. Oh, fuck. Well, the camera's gonna be fucked for a bit. Well, the camera's gonna be fucked permanently, but
I think it's fine. Let's forward to game 3.
yeah. Anyway, that's the whole gist of it. AC goes down, but it doesn't matter. Like it's paid for himself, and that's pretty much it. I go for Panthers after, and
So basically, the only game-changing decision was in the beginning when you built the tier 1 for the
yeah,
scout
the
cars.
tier 1. Yeah, the tier 1 was purely for the scout car. Exactly. I put him on 4 engineers, and he didn't go 4 engineers, so he went double Jeep. I don't know if that was a misclick. I really don't. I never asked him about it, but it is what it is.
Okay, let's go for game 3 then.
Okay, so game 3 is on flooded plains. This is actually a very good USA map.
Just give us one minute, please. 1 minute. Tell us about the second game with the Brits. Some thoughts on that, please.
The Brits don't worry about that. That was a meme. That was a meme run. I knew when you guys were watching the vehicle crush all the walls, you guys were gonna laugh.
But
Give me a second, I'm gonna get some water.
Was it trolling, just like really just trolling, or you had something on your mind like behind that? Like, was there a plan on your side, or was it just okay? You will just give up the game because I mean. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah, my question was, if you had a really plan behind that, or do you had some thoughts?
I had a plan, but I didn't execute it well because I don't play Brits. Like it's my least played faction, and I forgot a lot of like important like golden rules. So the fact that Denshi played tier 1 against me, I forgot to build a mortar emplacement. And had I built that sooner, I could have probably zoned out the pack, and it would have helped.
So there was no big reason behind that?
No real good reason, to be honest. It was just going with the flow. But like I said, the problem was he tank trapped everything and wired off everything, so I couldn't really get the key parts of the map that I needed. So he was just always ahead in resources.
Why you didn't play US? Because I mean, you know how to play US.
I could have. Sorry, I could have played US, but I mean, I'm not a big fan of WSC, and there's no way that rifles work on that map, so you have to play WSC, and I'm not a big fan of it. Like, I know that this is a Brit map. Like, I honestly, I don't think. I would be very surprised in this tournament if an Axis player, let's say my opponent's playing Brits, it would be suicide for me to pick Saint Mary du Mont. It's just a much better Brit map. It's better against PE. It's better against Ver. I just really misplayed my Brits. That was the bigger problem.
Okay.
And on this map, you picked PE again?
Yeah, I picked PE again. This is a very hard map for Wehrmacht. Very hard. The fact that snipers are capped at 1, I would say, like, this map, you go 2 Vokes, 2 snipers. If you look at the map, like, everything is on the flanks. So this is very difficult to hold. I mean, if you overextend your rifle, your Vokes, your fucking MG out of position, like, you're losing everything. There's a whole bunch of flanking routes. I feel more comfortable just playing PE. Like, this is a very, like, harassy kind of map, and this is also a great map for the mortar half track. There's also a lot of water, which is negative cover, and that makes it so that if you fight flamers and you're negative cover, as long as you're in water, flamers will do no damage to you. So that's actually a very big thing here. So that this actually helps against P to a certain extent. Obviously, if you're fighting rifles, you don't stand in the water. But if it's flamer engineers, you can actually sit in here and you'll take no damage. You'll pretty much win your fights every time. So that's pretty much it. So I go PE, and here Denshi, I'm expecting him to go 4 engineers again. And we're going to see what he does. I'm pretty sure that's what he does here. It's a good map for it. Yeah, 4 engineers. The problem here is I'm contemplating going scout car, but I don't think it's going to be that good. There's too much water, so the scout car will get stuck in the water. The rotation is not going to be as good. And the map is kind of split. Like, vehicles can't cross here, so they have to go all the way around. So I feel like just playing infantry heavy is good. And one of the things I notice is, okay, if I look at the map, there's 2 ammo points down here. So clearly, I want to send my first Gren down here just to discourage the engineer from capping this. I see it's flashing. Okay, it's an engineer. He's going to back off. And that's very big. So the fact that he didn't backpedal and, like, stall over here, I basically know that this area is up for grabs permanently. Now, the thing is, if I look at the top, okay, I can't really contest this with a Panzergrenadier because there's actually a shot blocker, and I know that engineers can kind of stall around here and, like, they'll actually do a lot of damage. So I decide instead my second next 2 Panzergrenadiers, they're gonna go up here and they're gonna stop him from getting this ammo. So if you look at the map, Denshi's only gonna have like 10 ammo for like the next 4 or 5 minutes, which is a huge deal because he's gone 4 engineers. So that means if he doesn't push out of the map, he's going to get like 4 flamers 20 minutes into the game. And that's pretty much what I do. I decide to, like, not get him. There we go. That's the whole story.
Have you been nervous or something like that because it was game 3 and it was 1-1? Or
I wasn't really nervous. After this fight here, I was pretty much confident that the game was over. There's a big fight that ends up happening here, and engineers are not good against garrisons, unfortunately. So, he's doing the right thing though of circling around the building. But the thing is, this house has 2 windows on all sides, so there isn't actually like a safe space to attack this. Like you're just taking damage completely 360. And you see, I keep jumping in and out of the house. So that right now I'm trying to
Why is
stall
that?
him. I'm jumping back and forth so that I don't take damage like 24/7, and I also want to give time for the next Grand Squad to come in. There's 2 Grand Squads coming in for backup. So even if he wins this fight and he takes the house, he's not going to be able to stay in there for long because there's green cover. So I can put my troops here, and we'll be able to flush him out. And here he has to fully retreat. From this point on, I was fairly confident that I had the game sealed. Now he loses an engineer. He's got we're on 71 fuel, 43. Meanwhile, he has 10 ammo. Like, this is bad. This is very bad. Here I go for the cutoff too. So he's got no fuel, and I was sitting behind green cover. He can't really push this either. Like, rifles are better at close range, but he can't close the gap because he knows I'll just push him with the Kettenkrad. So again, we're in a very strong position, and I decide to go for more Grens. More Grens. I want to get heals because we have a very low HP squad. This squad is also low HP. And I want to keep up my momentum with the infantry. Like, so far, we're doing very good.
And what's your advice for the US player at this point here?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, but that first fight, like, it's very difficult. Like, I guess he should have gone back to the north. Maybe go back up here, because now the problem, he's pushing into 3 Grens behind green cover with 2 engineers. And again, these guys don't have a flamethrower. Like, they just don't. Oh, this one is about to. But, like, the time he closes the gap, it's not going to be too good. All right, so here he actually pushes me off, which is okay. But he's still super fine.
I mean, I'm wondering why he didn't build a Jeep, because the bigger the map, the easier to hunt the Kettenkrad.
Yeah, but, like, the thing with 4ES is you sacrifice. You're really going for that capping power. So the Jeep is not going to be that useful.
Wouldn't the Jeep offset the capping power of the Kettenkrad?
Yeah, but I've only have 1 Kettenkrad though. I was actually contemplating going 2 Kettenkrads, but I told myself that with my strat, if I send my first Gren over here and the next 2 Grens up here, I control the ammo. So the engineers aren't going to do anything for a while. So here, I'm fighting him. And again, look, Kettenkrad comes in, blocks the rifles from joining in, so we're just going to drive down the road, and, there we go. We force him to not take the fight here. All right, so here he's got engineers capping. So here he retreats, right? And here I want to get on the retreat path of the engineer and try to secure the kill. I think it gets out, though, but I'm trying to body block it, but it doesn't work. Another big push. But now notice he backs off, right? Because there's too many G43s. He only has 1 flamer. So we're sitting on 70 ammo. Now he has 100 ammo. Like, he's actually getting some ammo now. But, like, dude, we're 8 minutes into the game. And there's an AC being queued up. Like, it's really bad. Like, he's not in a good situation. Because we've had most of the ammo as well, he has a flamer. It's very unlikely that there's any mines down. But we still want to play safe, though.
What would you do now, like, if you were in Denchi's position?
I wouldn't have gone sticky. He gets stickies. I wouldn't have done this, just because I don't feel like he has enough ammo to warrant the use of stickies. And I think I would have gone. I don't know, man. It's a really hard spot to be in. I think you have to go mortar pool into AT gun. You don't have a choice.
Yeah, I also don't understand the sticky, because I mean, against you're not able to finish the AC with stickies. I mean, that's not realistic.
But you'll see the stickies though. So the AC's out. Oh yeah, and here I go for this. Oh my, yeah, that's going down. And here I see, right? I scout his base, and again, I can't tell if there's a mortar pool or something back here. But I feel like Denchi, in the heat of the moment, would have started making his tech building here. So right now, I know that he's only on the barracks. So I'm like, okay, we're good. We're very good. And
you going for second AC or
no? Okay, so here, big thing. He actually did get stickies. Okay, he actually gets it off. Unfortunately, there's no follow up here. So right near at this point, what worried me was, okay, what if he goes airborne? Because here I contemplated just repairing everybody on the AC. But I only did it with 2 squads because I was actually worried that, okay, maybe he's going to go airborne and maybe he'll strafe. So I'm like, all right, we'll do it with 2 squads, but the other 3 will keep the rifles at bay. So basically, he can't push into this. So the AC is immobilized, but it's safe. Like now there's this big push coming in. I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. Like, we need to do this fast. We need to be fast here. And it gets immobilized, and we save it. So this was a big... He goes Rangers.
Okay.
Okay, so here, I see what he's doing. Yeah, he's not going to call them in. He's actually going for the OMCG. Like that's his only way of coming back into the game. He's going to go Tank Depot, which is not a bad call. But if we look at the...
He has 0 fuel, man. Like just 21 income.
Yeah, but it's not bad. You can still squeeze out a Hellcat here, so it's okay. But the problem here is we went TD, and we start putting teller mines everywhere. So the Hellcat gets zoned out pretty fucking bad. Mortar half track is out. Again, I don't know he's got a tank depot. I have to get all my counters up in case. Now here I get Shreks. I have the ATHT. I got the AC. I got the mortar half track. So the one thing that can really destabilize me is an armor all-in with field repair. So I decide to get a Shrek just to play it safe. Yeah, here this is really bad. Super overextended. Slow, body block, AC block, negative cover. That's a fucking dead rifle if I've seen one. There we go. Well, that's dead. Nice, nice, nice. We keep going. Alright, what's next here? So he does get a Hellcat. But again, like I said, we've got mines up the wazoo, dude. We're putting mines everywhere. I think there's one down here as well. Oh, not yet.
But he does have a sweeper, at least.
Yeah, he's got a sweeper. But the thing is, if you put mines everywhere, it's very difficult for the sweeper to clear everything. Because the main point of the strat is to go all in on the flamers. So if the sweeper goes down south, so be it. We'll plant tellers up north. And here you can kind of see, I'm kind of encouraging the Hellcat or the vehicle to come over here. See, there's a teller mine here, so...
Well, he plays it smart.
Yeah.
He doesn't follow your bait.
Yeah, so he's got Rangers. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, so here I snare the Hellcat. I just want to zone it out, to be honest. No, it's okay. We can go back to base. And I get a Hetzer. I'm like, okay.
But where's your mortar half track? Because you can...
It's right over here. Yeah, here it was a bit out of position because it was attacking the cutoff. So now we get advanced repairs. We got tank awareness. That means we're going for the Yak Panther eventually. We pretty much everything we need. I think at this point I decided to go for Panthers. I could have gone for a second Hetzer, but I think Hetzers are really OP, so I try to just use one if I have to. And I think it was a fair call here. Because the Hetzers are bugged where they have 1 manpower upkeep. A rifle squad has 12 manpower upkeep, so it's really OP against US. So I think 1 is okay. Here I get increased squad size, I think, yeah.
And that's why we limited the hatches also in the rules.
Yeah. But I think it should be 1 Hetzer though, at least against US. Against Brits, whatever. But here gets immobilized, but there's no follow up, so we're good. There's no mine here because he destroyed it.
Hey, Chris, you see your Ranger in this game, nice.
I think the Ranger could work though.
Nah, it's.
I mean, he has a disadvantage in resources a lot.
Alright, so here I noticed, I don't know if you guys saw that, but I noticed he spotted the teller and he started sweeping it. That's what that progression bar means. And when you're sweeping, it's like cutting wire. You take a shit ton of damage. So I focus fired everything here to kill the sweeper. So now like the tellers are 0 uncontested. And I think here he's afraid of pushing in. Yeah.
A big push though.
Yeah, big push, but no follow-up, unfortunately.
What was your thought, Medicus, on the Ranger again?
I think it could work against PE vehicles before you have the Panther. It's just, it wasn't bad position.
Yeah, but it's although micro AC though can kite the Rangers, so it's doable, but it's very risky because also Rangers are very inaccurate, as you can see.
I think it only works against half track.
Yeah. And yeah, we get Panthers unlocked. So
Yeah, with 1,000 manpowers.
yeah. I mean, look at he's got 245 manpower. I'm sitting on 264. So then after this, I get 4-man squad sizes. I remember.
Yeah, you don't need the Panthers, honestly.
Yeah, but I decided to get them. You know, again, I don't. I'm expecting like a massive OMCG, or I only have one Hetzer, a few Tellers, and one Shrek. So if he doesn't hit the Tellers, he can actually completely like overwhelm me. So I rather play it safe, and I go for the Panthers. They're also good against infantry. They'll get a big push here.
What do you think about Denshi blobbing all the time?
It's what he has to do. That's what you have to do with the 4 engineer strat. And here I immobilize the Hellcat, and I'm gonna go finish it off. The mortar half track goes down, but oh no, the AT half track goes down. Sorry. So will the mortar actually. I'm too busy focusing on this fight over here.
No, good win.
And the Hellcats go down.
No. Even bigger win.
Yep.
Yeah, there is nothing US can do here.
Yep. It's pretty much.
You even have Vet on your Panther now.
Yeah. I also have. I'm getting all the upgrades for my troops, so they'll be able to sprint soon. And there you go, sprint ability unlocked. Yep.
I wonder, do you intend to play PE for the whole tournament?
It depends. It really depends. If I have to play Saint-Marc du Mont, I'll play Wehrmacht. I'm definitely not playing PE on that map. But the other maps, yeah, I think I'm gonna play Panzer Elite.
So tell us, like, especially for Medicus viewers, what do you think is the key as US player against PE? Because I mean, you're the best PE player. So
You gotta. In this matchup, it's all about the all-wins. Like, if you're committing to a fight, you need to be confident that you'll win it. Because in this matchup, like, both factions are getting veterancy off kills. And that's usually the harder thing for USA players. Like, when you play against Ver, the only thing that really fucks you up usually is the manpower bleed. But when you're playing against PE, it's manpower bleed and the veterancy, because now the units are getting vet from the kills. So it's really like, you know, like sometimes you see like you play those team games and you have players that Allied War Machine like their M10s at the Panthers. Like, it's not really good because those Panthers, when they're going to kill the M10s, they're going to go from vet 1 to vet 2 to vet 3 because you just keep throwing tanks at them. And it's like, you know, eventually these tanks are going to get stronger and stronger and your next attack is just going to be harder and harder. So that's pretty much it. Like, you really, like, when you go all in, you got to be confident that it's going to work, and that's it.
Yeah, a good example is we casted Happiness against BK Mod on this map like a few hours ago, and that was exactly what you said, because actually BK was really behind against Happiness, but he was really patient and just waited for an all-in, and he won because he knew when to push.
Yeah, he went double M8s and he parked his M8 over here, denied him the ammo. It's pretty much the same thing, but same thing I did, but just later on in the game.
Actually, you managed to kill your Hetzer, right?
Yeah, the Hetzer was way out of position there, but it's okay. We got the Panthers. It did its job. We get the Yak Panther out, and that's it. Again, see here, I can go ahead and push him out of cover. Like, even if he stickies me, it doesn't matter. Like, there's no follow-up.
Who's your next opponent? You already know it, or?
It's Bulat. We're playing tomorrow. I would have played him today, but he said that tomorrow's better, so...
Yeah.
And then we just go all in, and that's it.
Yeah, it will be a good game against Bulat.
Yeah. But Bulat's got some good anti-P.
He always goes tank. Often he goes tank dog. I know that.
Yeah.
But just go tank dog and you're fine.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, back in the day, I used to play Luftwaffe, but I swear everyone just goes field repair all in now with armor docs. So may as well play TD. And that's it. That's game 3. It's over.
Yeah, great game. It's so surprising.
Yeah.
Your second game looked a lot different.
Oh yeah, the second game I was fucking around. I mean that was there was a bunch of things wrong in that game, but yeah, that's for another time. But
Yeah.
I basically know what to do better. But I would still, if I would do it again, I would play Brits again though in game 2, definitely. It's a strong faction on this map. It's not to be underestimated.
I'm not
What's
sure
your
your Brit strategy was with no merit. I mean, removing the heavy cover from your enemy and then place your truck in a position where
Yeah,
you actually have
the
the cover
idea.
advantage is nice.
Yeah. The idea is to use the crushing of the vehicle to open up the map, right? Because you know he's gonna put wire and tank traps down. So the problem is though when you do that though, your truck, because it's not set up, you're not getting any fuel. So I think my lieutenant comes down like at 5 minutes into the game. It was actually really bad. Like it's funny doing that, but the longer that truck is crushing shit, then you're not getting any resources whatsoever.
I mean, the
It's
one
actually-
problem I noticed with your truck is that you placed it on the cut-off point instead of the ammunition point.
Yeah, that's again that was. I thought my plan here, because usually when I thought I could really contest the cutoff, and then transition over to this area to stop him from getting the ammo. But then she just put tank traps and wire everywhere. And when I played against Bulat did not do this. Like he just tried to capture the map, but then she like if I disable the fog of war, he just wires everything and tank traps everything. See, like he even wires me off from here. So I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, no, what I mean
Hey,
is
how
right
did you
now you
manage?
could place your truck on the ammunition. That's the moment I mean.
Wait, which one? This one here?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, the thing is, because my truck's now just set up, and I was floating because by the time this point was captured, I was kind of worried. Another thing too, I'm worried about taking this house is if an MG gets inside or if a flamer gets inside. It's gonna be very painful to dislodge. So I'd rather set it up here, so like that this building can't be used against me. That's why I set it up there. Setting up here, I feel like it's too clumped up. So I put it here instead. Honestly, if I were to do this again, I would capture this, not crush all of this crap, and just set it up and just do your typical Brit shenanigans. And I think you win this like easily.
Maybe one more point I had in the game was in the middle of the game you could have picked maybe Tank Dog just to crush through everything, especially the tank traps. So annoyed you.
Yeah, I thought about that, but I saw like the flamers and everything, and I was like, I have to get commandos here. I'm gonna get overwhelmed.
Nothing. Tell me, how did you manage to get the tier 2 in the front? Because everything was.
Yeah, exactly. So this is what I mean. So you see, this here was actually a big problem. So this actually, the VPs actually start ticking really rapidly. If he actually put tank traps here, the tier 2 would have been stuck. It would have actually been stuck.
So you went left side there.
Yeah. So here's the big push, and I thought the game was over here, to be honest. And here, like, the only way I can win this fight is if I pick up the truck and I push his infantry out of cover. But again, if I do this, I get no resources. So my teching is super fucked. The Pioneer goes down. That's a pretty big deal. Because keep in mind, he only has 10 ammo, but I'm getting 0 ammo. This is really bad. And I have an LT that's about to die as well. So I'm hiding him behind the house. Oh, what a shit show.
Trolling.
So I see here I get the triage, but I realize, fuck, I can't even heal him. So this building's useless. I get 4 infantry sections because, dude, I'm floating so much. Like, what else am I gonna get? An MG nest could have actually been pretty decent here, to be honest. MG nest, but here what I should have done is build the mortar and put more trenches down. This would have been good. I think I should have put a trench here, and maybe another one here. And I think the recon should have stayed around here so that he doesn't get this ammo point back. Like it's still stable, but it's not good. Like we're not in an ideal position.
Okay, so tell us maybe as for the last point, what's your prediction for the rest of the tournament? You think BK will win it, or?
Honestly, I don't know, man. Wilson. I think if Wilson picks this map, I'm telling you. I think if BK plays Axis first, he'll win. I think if Wilson plays this map with Brits, I think he's going to win because he has a very solid anti-Vermach strategy. It's a very solid strat. The fact that he goes Artie Doc to get the counter battery.
This is the next game, right? The PK against Northleaf?
Yeah, that's the next bracket. If I beat Bulat, I'll be playing against BK or Wilson. I'm hoping BK wins because I really don't want to play against Wilson's Brits. Because I saw the game that he played against Nogano, and he had 4 trenches here, and there was nothing Nogano could do. Like,
yeah, 4 trenches are forbidden.
Wait, there's no trenches. But he made 4. So
in the rules, you can make as much trenches as you want.
Yeah. The rules state that there's no cap on the trenches. So literally, if you play Brits and you're playing this map, I kid you not, you put 4 trenches up, and you go royal artillery, counter battery on the Nebelwerfers, you lose. You'll just lose because you have no way of dislodging the infantry out of the trenches. So like I said,
okay, I didn't know that.
I thought it was capped at 2, but then I saw Wilson play and he had 4 trenches. He had 2 here, 1 here, and 1 here, and I think the other one was around here in the center.
But to be fair, he lost actually 1 unit in the trench, do a grenade.
Yeah, that's true. He lost his first squad over here, but. He held his ground.
Yeah, but you only need 1 grenade to kill him or get the trench yourself.
If you're fast on your micro, the reason why, actually, I'm pretty sure the reason why he got the kill on that full squad is because they clumped up when he deleted the trench, so everyone got massacred. But if you throw a grenade in here, I don't even think you wipe the entire infantry unit. I think you'll have like 2 models, and if anything, you can grab the next squad and just pluck them back in. Because, dude, keep in mind, right? If the map is 50-50, like Denshi is only gaining 27 ammo. So that means if I put another trench down and I just keep recycling my infantry inside, he won't be able to push me. Like I think that's what I should have done. I should have built like 2 more trenches. And it would have completely zoned him out. Like, sure, he has a flamer, but that's obviously the biggest threat here.
Yeah, maybe, Chris, we need to discuss this. I forgot this because spamming trenches is really, really okay.
Just saying, especially on this map. I think on this map and the map with the bunker, it's going to be a problem because the ammo income isn't high enough to dislodge them. I think 2 trenches is fine. That's what we used in King of the Hill. Again, it's your tournament. You guys can discuss it. But I'm just saying, like, a part of me is worried that down the line we're going to see players just playing this map with Brits and kind of cheesing Axis with the trench thing.
I mean, so far only two players played with Brits here, and
I got massacred. I got massacred, and I think also Nogano did the mistake of getting a mortar. BK, when he played against Raw, he went for an immediate Nebelwerfer, so I think that was the better call. But again, though, after seeing what I did wrong this game and seeing what Wilson did, I feel comfortable I'd be able to give a pretty solid game against my opponent.
I think we need to wrap up the video now.
Yeah, that's fine. There's nothing else to watch here. I get massacred, so it is what it is. But yeah, that was pretty much the first game and the third game.
But it was great to hear insight about your strategies and everything. It's really something you know as a caster you don't know, right? Mm-hmm. You just guess what's your thinking behind everything, but to hear something different. So thank you a lot.
Yeah, thank you very much, man.
No problem, boys. Always a pleasure. And I guess we'll continue this tomorrow.
Yes, and I wish you good luck with the next game.
Yeah, thank you. I'm confident I can win. All right. Take care, boys.
Yo, bye.
Thank you, man. Bye-bye.